The questions asks you to write the net ionic equation and predict the product. So if I give you a question like this and you see the word ionic in there, the first thing you're going to do though, whether or not it's an ionic equation or not, you're always going to write out the original equation fully, and then you're going to write its product. So we're going to go ahead and predict it to see what it might be, the possibility. We know that this is a metal, that's a non-metal. This is a metal, and that's a non-metal. So obviously, metal and non-metal is going to get together. So possibly, I may have lead and chloride. So lead, chloride. But look right here. Lead had the charge of 2+. I see that because nitrate always has -1 charge. So crisscross, and I get PbNO3, 2. So here then I have to say, since chlorine is only -1, then this one is +2. So crisscross, and I'm going to say PbCl2. Okay. Then possibly I may have sodium nitrate. So this one goes with that one, and this one goes with that one. So it's outside, outside, inside, inside. Okay. So I'm going to say, all right, so most likely it will be sodium nitrate. Each one is a 1 charge, +1, -1, so I'm good to go there. So number 1 is done. Second step says, determine aqueous or solid to see if a reaction had occurred using the solubility rule. So this is given to me already here. So I'm going to look over here and I'm going to say, all right, lead chloride, is that going to be aqueous, solid, or gas? I'm going to come to my flow chart and I'm going to say, all right, this one is a halogen, okay? PbCl2. Cl2 is a halogen. Does it contain silver, mercury, or lead? And the answer is yes. So in that case, it is insoluble because it has lead, insoluble. It's going to form a precipitate. It is going to form a precipitate, so I say it's a solid. NaNO3, I don't even need to go far. Na is group 1 metals. Group 1, it says all group 1 and NH4 and the CAN ones are soluble, therefore no precipitate. This one is no precipitate, therefore it will be aqueous. Okay. Now, balance equation if no ionic is asked, but I did ask for ionic, so I need to skip ahead to ionic. If I need to find net ionic equation, I need to first write any solid precipitate products first. Or gas or liquid, because if you look at the instruction sheet I gave you, remember first write it out fully, then the second step is dissociate any aqueous ionic compound. So take apart any aqueous you see, but you leave any solid, liquid, or gas that you see. So you leave them alone and no charge for these, okay? So for here, I'm going to write any solid precipitate product first. So in this case, this is my solid product. So I have this, and I put solid. Second step, write any solid precipitate or gas or liquid. So in other words, anything other than aqueous reactants if they exist. No, they don't exist. These are both aqueous, so they don't exist. No charges on these because they're solid compounds right here. Take out any spectral ions, so keep only the ones that made solid precipitate possible. Which of these made this possible? Only the lead, I only care about the lead, and only chlorine. Now, I am not going to put any of the subscripts with it because right now I am only talking about ions, okay? Not molecules. So then I have to put everything in terms of ions. So that's the charge for this one. That's the charge for that one. And then it says, keep state of matter from the original problems. Where did lead come from on this side of the yield sign? Lead came from here. I see that was aqueous, so you write aqueous. Where did the chlorine come from on this side? I see that it came from here, so I write aqueous here. Okay, so the answer is this fully. The last step is to balance equation, so let's do that. I have 2 chlorine on this side, only 1 on this side. I need to put that there. 1 lead, I'm good to go. So this would be my net ionic equation. What type of reaction was this? It was 1, 2 plus 1, 2. Therefore, this is a double replacement.